Real motherfucking shit. Your quantum mind is a motherfucking quantum mind. You have a very smart, very intelligent mind that's ascertained and fucking it's been experimented with thousands and thousands of fucking years through containing fucking genes, through mixing shit, through environment, through all types of shit that turn on and turn off your gene or develops new gene expressions and things like that. So your mind has the ability to literally comprehend the whole universe, but it requires, just like a laptop, just like a computer, just like a phone, it requires you to motherfucking type in your destination, write that script, and your mind is just gonna I don't want to say you went anywhere, you really just brought about, like, you know, you brought into your reality, like, you know, you understand creation, you understand the science behind life that activates the science of the spirit, that activates the science behind biology, that activates the science behind also psychology and things like that, because all these things are really just a trickle down effect, and they're just really creating a perspective and an area in that life, in that reality, using that energy so it can create some kind of thing around it, form of government, form of ordinances, departments and shit like that, and structure it and talk about it the right way and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So it can keep going and sustaining the people that created these creations and shit like that. So you gotta really understand the ability of your mind, because you're letting basically someone else harness your mind for you and put that in an area that you don't even really need your mind to be into in the first place. Like, let's say certain workplaces, certain people that we hang around with, certain associations, the way we conduct yourself, whether you can make what you value, you can value the right things, so you can bring about the right things to you, so you can do and live the life that you talk about, because everything is about what? A self-image and mental disposition. And our mind is very capable of getting to those natures, getting to those abilities, getting curious, because you're like creating government ordinances too. You're like no thing in a way too. You're like a spirit in a body. You know, that shit move. It's like energy, unlimited energy, and you be creating all types of sigils. You be creating all types of sound esoterically and things like that. Because sound is like, you know, not even a speech thing. This is actually a phenomenon of the universe as well. Like how things get transmuted throughout the universe as far as the cycle of life, and you see it already happen all around you as far as spring, summer, fall, winter, and all these just represent different types of temperaments and energies that exist both geographically and that exist both on the mental plane level as well, because we're all born, we all have a birth chart, we all have a birth chart, right? We all have a birth time. Some of us are born in the morning, some of us are born in the nighttime. Some of us is born in fall, some of us is born in spring. And you know, you can get into that deeper if you study like the zodiac wheel and things like that. All these different types of interpretations, wheels of the stellar theology, which is just about worshiping the sun. This is why even you would read some shit from the Egyptians, saying some shit like the sun is one of the most important objects in nature, and it really is. The moon, the sun, without that you wouldn't have direction, you wouldn't have morning, you wouldn't have night, you wouldn't have this communication of geomagnetic fields that relates into the creation of the harmonious environment that we live in, that is a result of this cyclical cycle of time that we are in. And like some people say, we were in Mars, for example, and then you came to Earth, but it's really about the material, the information traveling there, because like humanity is like an interesting life form. Like how humanity might get destroyed even sometimes in certain cataclysmic events, and humanity starts because all these things is all reset times for them. And just like how you as an environment exist for cells to coexist with you being the main spirit observer, the winner in the sperm cell race, you essentially have to be the strongest, you have to be the baddest and things like that. So it's like, that's why it's important for you to understand and grab reality by what it really is, what it is for you. From your understanding, you gotta, you know, move well. So when you say you gotta move in a room full of vultures, so you gotta understand what and who you're dealing with, because it's about setting up mental states at war. It's like putting up golems, putting up signs and sigils. So for example, if you were driving at the stop sign, you wouldn't know that's a stop sign unless it was up. So that's a sign, and that's what they call it. Oh sir, you didn't see the stop sign. But that's what they're telling you mentally as well. They're telling you mentally, nah, look, there's certain areas here, you better not go in those fucking areas, because we don't want you knowing what we know and shit like that. So look, we're gonna demonize this and we're gonna angelize this. Shout out to my LGBTQ brothers, you know, or sisters or whatever. But they're basically moving on some upside down shit. It's like world upside down. They take this and give you this. It's all this like double standards, you know, it's all these like, but it's really all just what? Divide and conquer. It's all just really just, oh, let's make these group of people, not trust these group of people. Oh, let's create this reputation in this area. And if you really get deep into it, these niggas are very deep when it comes to numbers and geometrical shapes and creating all types of witchcraft to bind fucking people and shit like that. So you gotta be careful about these ordinances because there's so many of them. Like, all these are just institutions, intellectual properties, as far as the Catholic Church, as far as Islam, as far as in the Saudi, whatever, blah blah. You know, they want one of the most major prints and shit like that. They're probably distributed in the world and all that type of shit. And you gotta understand like why. Even in every jail in America, there's a Bible as well. Now, the Bible's not a bad book, but because of the mental state that you're in, you're so down. That's exactly what you're gonna get out of it. You're like, oh, Jesus suffered. And Jesus picked up the cross and he walked around and he loved people. Yes, he loved everyone. Okay, you can love everyone, but you know, you gotta understand how to have certain levels of boundaries and detachments. So I tell some people like, yo, I can love you from a distance, bro. Chill out. You know, certain people, you know what I'm saying? Because again, I can't let everybody in your circle, you can't let everybody in your boundary. You're building this motherfucking Merkaba. You're building this motherfucking mind to, you know, I say it's like God's breathing into you, and God is hoping that you're breathing out of you in a way that sustains and helps the world. Because, you know, I'm saying the trees coming to help us, the animals be doing their things, but humans got out of their fucking instincts and shit like that, which is not bad, but let's not overly get into left brain out, start explaining shit that's not really in the fucking design of life, or pretending like we're stupid and we don't know it. But since they control the curriculum and shit like that, as far as your school, the perceptions of the things that you should have, they got all types of carrots. They got all types of carrots that they can just hang in front of you, and the regular average Joe, the average female, would just go for it based on her setting her standards, or him and standards in a certain area that they really should not be or have no business doing that. That's really just lowering their value and fucking up their mental image, how they see themselves, and kind of like go to the south node and not really understand how to progress. Because it's like, you better be strong mentally and understand what the life of game is about. Because if you're not the biggest, baddest motherfucker, you don't got the biggest mentality, the baddest mentality in the fight, whether good or bad, whether creating chaos and order, it's not really about trying to hurt somebody else. You're trying to help everybody. But since you see most of the game and what's going on, you gotta understand that, like King Solomon, I guess, has said, for some people that are like, you know, beginners and things like that, the more knowledge that you gain is more sorrow. But really, that's just the beginning of it. Really, real shit. Because like, you start to actually really understand the damn reality. So Einstein even said, it's not about the knowledge, it's about imagination. It's about how you put the knowledge together. Because everything is available for everyone. But are you going to take those keys of knowledge? Are you going to take that virtue? Are you going to take that principle and attach it to yourself? I'm about to get some sunlight, you know what I'm saying? I want the sun out, you know what I'm saying? Real shit. But take all this off. Get some good sunlight, you know. You should be getting that sunlight. Real shit. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying. But real shit. You gotta level up with your mind. Because real shit, what else are you gonna do with it? God gave you so you can level this shit up anyways. So you might as well just go ahead and level that shit up. You might as well go give God a favor, give the universe a favor, or give everyone around you a favor by maintaining a high standard that allows you to live your life in a, you know, peaceful, powerful manner that allows you to impact not only yourself, not impact only your life, but impact the life of everybody else through you creating value in yourself and respecting who you are. Because god damn it, you're a piece of God. A piece of God should fucking respect itself and love itself no matter what. You don't gotta get lost in all these games. And as I said, that's the thing, it's hard when your whole environment is into that particular mannerism, behaviors, or observation, as far as what you should spend most of your time thinking and feeling about based on how the environment has been programmed. You can't be the motherfucker that lets the environment program them and sit there and then look back and be like, oh yeah, I'm a victim. So you're telling me all those times you could have did something good for yourself, you just did it. And you think that's by coincidence. No, it's called a negative habit pattern, real shit. You just fucking yourself up, really, by not actually giving God a favor and yourself a favor. Because it's like, man, like, it's amazing. Life is really amazing once you start to observe it from a level that is not of a morality of right or wrong. I know a lot of people feel stressed out. Oh no, I don't want to, I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing. Yeah, no shit, because your nervous system is kicking in and it's like, nah, brother, We've never done that. So let's just stay where we are. We know what's comfortable for us, you know? That Allah, that Jesus. Oh yeah, I know you guys love that Muhammad. Oh yeah, you guys love y'all sand carpets. I know, bro, real shit. But I'm not mad at y'all. I love my Aladdin carpets, YouTube. Yeah, real shit. But yeah, don't be lost in this shit, yo. Mind is really the most powerful asset. Like it really cannot be repeated enough. It really cannot be ascertained enough. Because you can upgrade your DNA, you can upgrade your mental weaponry, your mental defense systems. You're developing your own fighting technique, and this shit is some real shit. Because when you're able to hit somebody and pinpoint at somebody, you know, with your intention and understand just what you're doing when you're seeing someone getting lost between the left brain and the right brain, and you can do that for yourself. You become a transformer, because this is some shit that you can do. But people stay so attached to third dimensional familiarities and just think how things look, how things feel, how things are perceived. But life is about imagination. You can literally create your own spaceship, your own Merkaba, and you can start to go to war in the esoteric realm and shit like that. And like, you know, I'm 6th dimension, 9th dimension, and shit like that. 4th and 5th dimension are kind of like thoughts and feelings, but it's like a higher type of thought and feeling, I'd say, almost. Because like we have all these different types of thoughts and feelings. You can create a really passionate feeling with a passionate thought, which is just you creating an energy that's feminine on a percentage level, that's passionate, and you creating a form of logic, order, man. This is why we are sculptured into masculine, being straight. When we say that's why this nigga is fucking straight and shit like that. But it's basically all just things based on the esoteric realm, based on the imprints that was already attached to us and already all around us in the world, which everybody's observing and everybody's interpreting in their own way. The only thing is that people are basically just lost in the fucking interpretation, and it ain't nothing more than that. Because all Muhammad's shit, this nigga was flying, yeah, real shit, this nigga was flying inside himself. This nigga felt like he was flying somewhere else. Woo! Like, but was you there, or was you really not there? Because with your mind is powerful. You see females on TikTok acting like fucking dogs. You see people acting like fucking cats. So don't tell me this shit is not impossible. As far as the programming, your environment, if you're gonna let that affect you more on a percentage level, rather than you making yourself aware enough so you can outplay the environment and not get lost in the environment's bullshit. Because the environment is a setup, motherfucker. That's why the movie. So this shit. Maybe there's a movie called The Setup, but there's a fucking setup, nigga. And you understand the setup, you can just move one leg up. You know what I'm saying? You can be chill out on the fucking kitchen table at your wife making you a nice sandwich, because she not working. You know what I'm saying? And you know you're bringing in the money, but you know what I'm saying? But hey, women can do whatever they want. I don't advertise for, you know, telling them what to do. I really do not recommend that. Real shit. But yeah, man, you know, life is good. Always create. Remember, use this mantra from the fucking Bible, or whatever the fuck. You can customize it, you know, if you know how. I mean, real shit. But anyways, use this fucking mantra. Always, anything that's bad for you comes together for your good at the end of the day. Everything that's bad for you comes together for your good at the end of the day. Nothing is evil by nature. It's just an energy that we harness that creates a particular group or array of lights that we basically express outwardly, that is already a representation of our chakras and things like that. Because it could be like us speculating on something too much, us not seeing what's going on in front of us, or reading the situation right, you know? Real shit. Because right or wrong is not even about fucking directions. It's not even about, well, it's basically about directions. You say, oh, I'm right about the situation. Oh, no, hold on, I'm gonna leave the situation. So I have left. So you gotta separate, and you gotta know how to attach to something, how to be right. And that's like where units like right or wrong come from, units like yin and yang and things like that. Because it's just an observation of the most extreme degree of the transition of the day, as far as you doing your things in the morning and the nighttime coming. And so we create allegories and things like that, down to even lettering systems and shit like that, and even understanding planets outside, obviously planets and shit like that, and understand how to coordinate those energies, and understand the ordinances of the heavens, understanding the decorations of God, understanding the armor of God. However you want to anthropomorphize it, some people call it Allah, something is called part of it, Jesus or Christ. I have to look into that shit anymore. But real shit, everybody creates an interesting thing about it. Everybody has an interesting thing about it. even the caves in Japan, where you would see, what do they call it? What do they call them? Amitsaru. I forgot what's it called. But anyway, it was this thing in Naruto. All those themes is just basically interpretations of the sun and things like that. That's all really it is. Just a bunch of interpretations of the sun. Like literally. A bunch of niggas got together and they're like, oh yeah, let's interpret the sun. And let's give it back to the people. Oh yeah, guys, look, instead of these light rays, this is what we experience. Because you're creating consciousness. So you might call some motherfuckers a hothead. This motherfucker always, his head is hot. He's always imagining about a situation. And fire, since fire is more of an external element, it creates like a blast. It's in and out of reality way faster, and it's an imagination. It makes you kind of ride a really fast wave, because fire is a very fast wave. Then water, then air, then earth, and things like that, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? And then you can anthropomorphize it however you want to. Everybody got a way of doing it, but it's all really just observing the fucking 360, which is just, again, imprinted on Earth in so many different levels, down to the geographical location, down to the blood cells, you as an individual, as far as the elements that implanted on you, as far as what is your blood, where you come from, which waters did you rise out of from, because we created this world together, observing it, giving his body energy that we're inside of. You know what I'm saying? Because you are an energy source as well, but everything around you is an energy source, so it's like the law of equivalent exchange. But what are you going to do, and what am I going to do to give you that exchange of energy? Can I sit back, witchcraft you, blackmail you, make you feel ashamed, make you feel toxic secretly, but make it look like God, but it's really the devil upside down? It's really just me putting a operational variable outside of me, like religion, for you to hang yourself upside down, for you to forget your position, forget who you are. Real shit, because you was already being you when you was a kid, but niggas come in and fuck you up with that logic. Pa 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 pa. And so niggas come in and fuck your speculative pillar too. Oh nah, so now you can't speculate, right? On some shit for objectivity, because they're real shit. And then your objectivity is someone else's objectivity, and you think, oh yeah, you're with God. Oh yeah, I got Jesus, I got Allah, I got Muhammad. Nah, I'm good. But anyways, real shit. Good talk, y'all. Good talk. We're gonna definitely see y'all on the next program, because you know this shit don't fucking stop. Period. All right. Peace out.